Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to stream. Welcome. Monday, the 1st of September. September has kicked off. Transfer window is closed right now. Maybe some deals are still going through. We don't know that. But ultimately, Arsenal have had, you can really strongly argue, dead quiet window in the deadline day, at least. Let's be real. I'm speaking more in deadline day terms than I speak about anything else, because let's be real. It wasn't pre. I was expecting signings. I was expecting at least something, some excitement. But yeah, there we land, as they say. There we are, as they say. It's not looking great. It genuinely is not looking great. We have about 7-8 injuries. Seriously, not even joking. And we, have done nothing to solve that. Let's be real. We have done nothing to solve it. We have done nothing in terms of helping against that. And I guess it is what it is. But yeah, for today, we're going to talk about Arsenal's transfer window. We're going to talk about transfer window in general. Let's be real. And of course, we're going to try and rate Arsenal's transfer window, because I've seen lots of numbers flying around. I kid you not. I've seen lots of numbers flying around. I have seen 9 out of 10s. I have seen 8 out of 10s. I have seen 6 out of 10s, 4 out of 10s. I have seen it all. Let's just put it that way. And today we're going to try and make some sense of it. Let's see where we land in terms of Arsenal transfer window. Let's see where we land in terms of signings alone, sales, and all that good stuff. So smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. We are 4 subscribers away from the big 900. So if you haven't already, subscribe. Big up Liam. No left wing. See you next season, guys. Well, it is what it is. Hincapié is here. Yeah, Hincapié is the only one. We have signed a left center back / left back, and that's about it. We have sold some players somehow. It's a weird thing, and we tried to loan some out as well. So we're definitely gonna look into that. But overall, it is not looking pretty. Let's just put it that way. It was very silent, very quiet end part of the window. Not gonna lie, was expecting more, to say the least. But hey, I guess it is what it is. Everyone, big up Liam, big up my boss. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Berta is a fraud. I don't care. Not taking it back either. I wouldn't go there as far as that. Big up Andrew. Hopes of a proper left winger were crushed. Yeah, miserably crushed. To the maximum extent, they were stomped, smashed, and annihilated into the ground. Martinelli is still here. Yes, Zinchenko is still here. Yes, Arteta is still here. Yes, and not part is about the players. Unless we terminate their contracts, there is nothing we can do about it. And in terms of the manager, kind of in the same boat. There is literally nothing we can do about it unless the ownership finally wakes up and sacks him. So it's not great. Big up AJ. Hope you're doing well. What's the FTV rating? I have no idea. I don't go on that channel whatsoever. I go to some match reactions to see what Turkish says, what Dan says, what Yarman says. Besides that, I don't go there too much. I'm not gonna lie. I see their videos pop up sometimes on YouTube suggested feed and all this stuff, but I just don't go there. I literally don't go there. Big up AJ, please, people. Like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. 4 subs away from the big 900, by the way. And in 3 days, on Thursday, it's my birthday as well. So it will be a very nice and quite amazing present. Done with the season already, dude. Cannot blame you. King Capia announced. Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. King Capia announced. And that's where we are. Isn't that nuts, to be honest, if you come to think of it? King Capia announced, and that's where we basically land. That's about it. That is about it. Obviously, during the day, we heard lots of rumors about potentially players getting loaned out, potentially players leaving and all this stuff. But ultimately, it didn't result into too much, did it? Literally, we're going to get into that in about 3-4 minutes. But yeah, we're going to definitely talk about it. Big up Luke, who has been confirmed today. We're going to talk about it in a second. What has MLS and Ethan done to Arteta? Well, MLS is young and he's too good, and Mikel Arteta cannot deal with that. And well, Ethan, he is too good. And yeah, apparently he was late to one training, and that's about it. Time is numbered at Arsenal by the looks of things, because it doesn't look too great in terms of Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie. Big up, Hendon. Big up, Hendon. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better today. Hope everything is well. Good evening. Big up, Wahaha. Big up. Got a bit of a chest since you can beat Burnley right now. Big up to you. For me, he's not. Lokonga sold. Fabio off on loan. Also to Hamburg. Yeah. Yes. And that's what we're going to talk about since Hendon has mentioned it. Let's look at what Arsenal have done in terms of today. Let's just say it as it is. Piero Hincapié has been announced as an Arsenal player. He was greeted by Richard Garlick. Fuck's sake. Signed, sealed. Hincapié is an Arsenal player. Mikel Arteta with his smug face. That's kind of expensive watch, by the way, Arteta has on his hand, but I'm not saying anything. But yeah, it's a loan deal with an option to buy. Bear Lucas claimed it was an obligation, so go figure. One says option, one says obligation. That is also a big weirdness. Hincapié will wear the number 5 for Arsenal next season. Hincapié will be the number 5, formerly worn by Voldemort, as we all know. Hincapié, it is what it is. Confirmed. Fabio Vieira has left Arsenal as well and signed for Hamburger SV, HSV, one of my favorite clubs in Germany. Kind of have a bit of a, let's just put it that way, soft spot for HSV just because of their story in general, but also because Artyom Srudnevs used to play there together with Hyun-Min Son, Rafael van der Vaart, and Demman. So I kind of have a bit of a soft spot for HSV as well, personally. But yeah, it's a season-long loan. So he is most likely coming back. I think there is an option to buy in there, but I'm not too sure that is definitely going to happen. Leaked image, nobody cares. The expectation is that Arsenal will announce their rival Hincapié imminently. Thoughts on Berta transfer window? We're going to get to that in a second. Let me save this on separate. We're going to talk about that in a second. Jakub Kivior's more to Porto is expected to be confirmed at some point very, very soon. So Kivior also has left Arsenal. Instead, we have Hincapié. Kivior has left for Porto as well about 17 million euros. It's a loan with obligation to buy, and it can go up to like 30 million if basically some add-ons and all these terms and points in the signing deal basically get fulfilled in that terms. Reece Nelson confirms on his deadline day he has moved to Brentford on loan. Let's see what he does there. Here we go. Fabio Vieira, right? Expected to join Albert Sambi Lokonga at Hamburg on a loan deal with a £20 million buy option. So Fabio Vieira has moved to HSV, Hamburger Sportverein, for a small amount of loan fee and with option, not obligation. It is just an option to buy for 20 million, which means there's a big chance they're not going to do that. Newcastle's record transfer Voltemade names Kai Havertz as his favorite German player of all time. Oh, bloody hell. People. Voltemade, man. He is naming Kai Havertz as his all-time German player. What the hell is happening here? Seriously. Anyway, Zinchenko obviously is staying at Arsenal, as we all know right now. Zinchenko is staying at Arsenal. And the only reason why he's staying at Arsenal is because Marseille failed because his wage demands were too high. It's bad enough that this crybaby, Bart Simpson, comes out in an open interview and says, oh, it's so painful. It's devastating that you have been relied upon and then you basically don't play at all and you just want to get on the pitch and play. But when he gets told that he needs to minimize his salary so he can go actually and play on a consistent basis, I don't want to do that. I would rather sit on the bench. Come on, people. Like, this is not serious. This is literally not serious, to say the least. Lucas Nygaard has left Arsenal as well. The 16-year-old or 17-year-old goalkeeper. He has signed for Brabrand, basically in Danish second division on a season-long loan. Let's see what he does there. Sambi Lokonga, nobody cares. Sambi Lokonga. Here we go. Sambi Lokonga has left Arsenal, signed for Hamburger Sportverein on a permanent deal. 10 million. Somehow, and this is where I give Berta props, because somehow Arsenal, aka Andrea Berta, has managed to get 10 million pounds for this guy. Somehow. A guy who has had 6 hamstring injuries in the last 2 seasons. A guy who couldn't establish himself at Crystal Palace, at Luton Town, at Sevilla. Somehow we have gone 10 million pounds for him. Obviously, we paid 17 for him, which means we are still in the losses, let's be real. But ultimately, somehow, of this deadwood, Berta somehow has managed to get 10 million, which is quite insane. Anything new regarding Arsenal? Arshavin? Reece Nelson is on Brentford. Okay, Reece Nelson's loan move also includes an option to buy, which will be very interesting to see how that develops, obviously. Besiktas, who expressed the interest, offered him a big salary, but he wanted to stay at Arsenal. So yeah, that's about it. I'm not gonna lie. That is about it in terms of Arsenal, new signings, and all this stuff. But let's be real, people. Let's be real. The main big question is Andrea Berta. We're gonna get into that in a second. I need to get back to the chat, to you all. You all fantastic people. I'm starting to see and feel some rashes from defensive players. Is it the goosebumps Arteta was talking about? Nah, it's just allergic reaction to the crap football we play. Let's be real. You are catching the Arteta-titis, and there is almost no cure for that. Let's be real. Martinelli left wing the whole season. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Definitely going to be fun. Yeah, it is a bit of a piss take. I'm not going to lie. Big up Godfrey. Big up Godfrey. Hope you're good as well, bro. I am. People slagging off Martinelli, but who else that played well? They will all crap, and don't even start me on Zubimendi. Dude, this is what I was talking about whole summer about Zubimendi. Zubimendi is actually a decent player. There's no argument to that. He's a very good player. But we saw how United ate him alive against the Real Sociedad in high-press situations. And my biggest question before the season kicked off was, I don't care that he had a great performance against Bilbao because he plays them every season. My biggest question was, how will he deal with high-press teams, physical teams that will give him no room, no time to adjust, no extra touches, quick pass and move, and he will have literally half a second, if not less, to scout the pitch for an open play. And we saw against Liverpool, prime example, that he was not it. He wasn't on it. And if he doesn't adjust to this, well, much, much quicker than people would expect him to adjust, it's going to be a very poor season for him, and it's going to be a very long season for him. And at the moment, even Liverpool fans, to some extent, are saying that they dodged the bullet with not signing Zubimendi. So it is what it is. Hey, Arteta and Amorim are playing limbo. Who can set the bar lower? It looks that way. Literally looks that way. Big up YouTube Senses. 9 out of 10. No chance for me. Big up to you for believing that and thinking that. But for me, no chance in hell. This is a 9 out of 10 window. At least Lokonga was laid off. I think it's even 10 million deal, which is kind of impressive for me. Exactly. This is where Berta gets all the props. 10 million deal. That is actually kind of nice. Incomings, 9 out of 10. Outgoings, 3 out of 10. That's 12 out of 20. 10 on average, that is 6. For me personally, incomings are 7 out of 10. Outgoings are 4 out of 10. Right? By your logic, it's 11 out of 20. It's 5.5 out of 10. By math rules, it should be a 6. But for me, it is a 5. Just because how we drag these deals on, we still haven't addressed all the issues that are necessary. And again, we are starting season on the backhand and no left winger. So for me, I am pushing it to 5. For me, it's a 5 out of 10 window. Here is the, by the way, people, I totally forgot to say, Naga Gunner. Go subscribe to him. Show him some love, people. Big up, Sean. Big up, Sean. Lokonga being sold permanently is all I need to know that Berta means business. True. It would be nice if he managed also to sell, for example, Zinchenko, but the wage demands were ludicrous, so he didn't. And that is on Zinchenko more than anything. Let's be real, because Berta was open to sanction the sale. Reece Nelson as well. Berta was open to sanction the sale, but even Besiktas were offering him bigger salary that he was at Arsenal at. Think about that. And he said no, he wanted to stay in England, so he's now out on loan with option to buy. Fabio Vieira is out on loan with option to buy for 20 million. Yeah, we'll see if those options actually will mount into something. You're getting him back 100%. No one's buying him for 20 mil, and that for me is the biggest worry. Fabio Vieira, Porto didn't want him back. Didn't do good at Arsenal. He hasn't done nothing. He has done nothing. Let's be real. And that for me is the biggest issue here. Is there a fine imposed on Fabio alone if he don't play 70% of his games? No idea. Literally no idea. Hamburg are in the Bundesliga, so it will be interesting to see how they maneuver those minutes. But I will tell you this much. I believe that Bundesliga could be very well suited for Fabio Vieira to a certain degree. So I really hope he has a good season and we get the 20 mil. Probably Berta. How the F I'm supposed to sell some of these players since none of them proved to the ballers, but on heavy contracts? Exactly. That is the biggest thing. I think Andrea Berta is trying to basically create, how to say this? He's trying to create a masterpiece, basically, with having no brushes to paint with. Let's just put it that way. He's trying to paint a masterpiece with using, I don't know, branches of trees, not actually using the things you actually paint with. Because somehow he's managed to sell Lokonga, which is phenomenal. He managed to sell Kivior. He managed to get in Hincape, a better replacement, in my opinion. But he is literally sitting there and thinking, how the F I'm going to do this? Because if nobody signed, if Hamburg doesn't sign Fabio Vieira at the end of the season, if Brentford doesn't sign full-time permanently Reece Nelson, especially if he doesn't stay injury-free, their contracts will run out, and their contracts will run out, and Arsenal will be left again hanging. Let's just put it that way, because we will get no money. And let's not forget, if we would sell Reece Nelson, it would be pure profit, because he is a Helen graduate. Fabio Vieira for 20 would be phenomenal business. We paid 35 for him. We made him look like he's nothing. And if we can even get more than half of that back, props to Andrea Berta. Bigga Beggy. I think I'm going to sleep. It's 10:09. It's the same time zone as me, of course. Yeah. And I'm 2 hours of sleep. Hope you have a good life. Thank you. To be honest, I'm running myself on 2.5 hours of sleep. Obviously, after vacation, the first day at work is the hardest. Hence why I pretty much didn't sleep at all last night. I went to bed. I slept for 30 minutes. Then I woke up. Then again, I fell asleep. Then again, I woke up for 30 minutes. And it was just a cycle which basically ruined my whole day. Zini the politician. Just I'm not too sure Andrew want to take him back. Big up hyper protagonist. 13 likes, people. 24 in the building. Come on, people. Push it up to 20 likes. And if it's possible, subscribe to the channel as well. 4 away. Before the stream kicked off, we were 4 subs away from the big 900. And big up James. Big up here, James. But will Arsenal sign another player after him? No, they won't. Transfer window is closed, and we are signing nobody. Literally, we are signing nobody since transfer window is closed, shut, nada, all is done and dusted. We are signing nothing. And if you even think that we're going to sign anyone in January, to be honest, with Berta, I believe that we could sign someone in January. But again, based on previous history, I'm kind of worried. Zinchenko is a prima donna. I actually wanted to see him in another lower team as a center mid and not as a left back to improve his career. Fact. Because for me as an Arsenal fan, right, only times I have cussed Zinchenko out is when he plays left back. When he has played in the midfield, he's actually been good. And in the 10, he has been good. I have never complained him when he plays in the midfield. My biggest complaint is the fact when he plays as left back. That is also the case. Nah, he might not even get a sniff of minutes unless Arteta gets a good whiff of his farts. Unless we have a massive injury troubles, which is a possibility, I'm not going to lie, Zinchenko is not playing. What are the updated title odds at the moment? I'm not so sure, and I'd much rather not look. After I saw that Man City are signing Donnarumma, I don't know even what to think right now. Honestly, we should brought Paulinho instead of Zubimendi. That simple. Yeah, I can see that. one crusher, one box to box. We would have two crashers at the back, Rice and Paulinho. That would be the ultimate park the bus strategy for Mikel Arteta, wouldn't it? So kind of works. Big up, coach. Big up, coach. Hope you're doing well today, bro. The one thing Zubimendi did right was through balls to Madueke. Yeah, only thing pretty much. Yep. Zubimendi was probably already in the pocket since January, and he was meant to be a party replacement backup, and that's not going to work like that, is it? Martinelli literally did nothing right this game. He did absolutely nothing. He got little brawled by Konate on defense. He couldn't beat Zoboslai, a makeshift number 10 as a right back, and that says everything you need to know. Liverpool didn't even pressure us. We just didn't have enough creativity to kill the game. Liverpool attack were anonymous too, where it was 116 million votes. At the end of the day, it means nothing. At the end of the day, it means nothing if Arsenal do nothing. Because the games like these, you either have it or you don't, and Arsenal evidently don't. Zubimendi spends too much time on the floor. True, just like Martin Odegaard. He also should be gone. For you, it's 7. Respect. Big up, Cooper. Big up, Cooper. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Switch Martinelli and Calafiori positions. Nelly left back and Calafiori on the left wing. Cala on the left wing will do more him offensively. There's a big possibility of that, even though Calafiori's technical ability is like having basically an oak tree up front on the left, but it is what it is. Surely cannot be worse. 6 out of 10 for Cooper. I see it. For me, it's 5 out of 10. Honestly, I feel sorry for Gabriel Martinelli. Arteta has killed him. He needs a fresh start. No question. 100%. 100% for me. Martinelli's issue is the fact that he's playing under this manager. Any other manager who plays attacking, expansive, proper football like we played in 22-23 season would have a field day with Martinelli on that left side. If you use him properly with overlaps, open up spaces, with the help of Eze and players like that, he would be just mwah. But obviously we have Arteta and his terror ball to watch every single goddamn time. Big up, Rich. Big up, Rich. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Go subscribe to Rich people as well. Rich99. Arsenal fan, says it as it is, calls the shit out, and is a proper Arsenal fan. And here is Rich's link. If you didn't know, go and subscribe to him. In my opinion, Zubimendi was done deal long ago, and Madueke was so confusing that I can give an A+ for that. The rest, a good job from Berta. And well-made business. Yeah, I can see that argument. I definitely see that argument, and especially with the fact that Arteta actually, this transfer window, lost the fight, didn't he? In my opinion, Mikel Arteta lost the fight to Andrea Berta because Berta wanted Gyökeres. Arteta wanted Sesko. Let's be real. Arteta also didn't want Eze with the new one-year deal. Berta actually forced him to sign Eze. So I think Berta came up on top in that one. Palace came for 15 million bid. Did Berta reject that offer? I don't know. Like and subscribe, people. Exactly. It doesn't cost a thing. It's free. If you enjoy the content, go. People show some love. I just my stream and came directly to your stream. It's almost 1 a.m. here. Dude, you're awake still. Why you're not sleeping? 1 a.m., you know. 1 a.m. Come on, man. Yeah, people, get to 900. Yeah, see, Reach is also 3 subs or 4 subs away from 500 as well. Go show him some love, people. Go show him some love. Get him to the big 500. Lokonga was, in my opinion, unsellable. So that was a master shock, and I think Berta did the best he could, given that no club really wanted any of our players besides Kiwior. Fact. Well, to be honest, we could have sold Trossard. There's a possibility, potentially, to sell Martinelli. But the thing about Martinelli, though, is that there are reports starting to come out and suggest that Mikel Arteta vetoed the sale of Gabriel Martinelli. He wants Gabriel Martinelli at the club because he is the hardest working left back in the league. Let's be real. Zini in the left 8 would be more than happy with. Exactly, same. Zini in the 8 or 10 even. Let's be real. I would be more than happy with. 20 likes, people. Big up to you all. Big up to you all. Arteta was gutless yesterday. 3 holding midfielders, no creative players on the pitch. Yes, you have Merino and Martinelli on. We literally started with 3 DMs and had four creative midfielders on the pitch. And look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. People, brace yourselves for this. Literally brace yourselves. Teams with the lowest XG from open play this season. Teams with the lowest, yes, you heard it right, lowest XG from open play this season. Take that in. Arteta is like his manager in football. I take Mourinho tomorrow over him seriously and many others. Yeah, same. If Arteta goes, please. Mikel is killing the players, and we are seeing this right in front of our eyes. I don't think Donnarumma fixes City. I don't think so as well, fully. They need a right back desperately, I'm not gonna lie. At the same time, he's gonna be better than Trafford, let's be real. Trafford had some issues as well and everything, so I think Donnarumma definitely will improve on that. Donnarumma will improve on that. But yeah, we'll see. Chelsea as well, a big issue. Yesterday we should have played Rice with Mendy a double and Eze in the 10, Ethan left wing, Noni on the right, Victor. Yeah, we should have tried something like that, 100%. What was the point in extending Wanjeri's contract if when your main 10 is injured, you don't play him? You have just signed Eze. You want to tell me Eze literally in 15 minutes has done more than Martinelli the whole last year and a half, pretty much. Like, that also makes no sense. Martinelli is in his third shit season in a row, as I did more than 15 than Martinelli did last season. Exactly. And this, we are not selling him no help. Yeah, that is the nuts part. I don't know who will take Martinelli. Literally have no idea who would buy Martinelli, especially given the fact that he's on 180 grand a week. I think that is the biggest stumbling block in every negotiation if any club wants Martinelli, unless you're Saudis. People, like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already listened to AJ, hardest working mod in the community. I said it takes the freedom out of our players. Exactly. Because a manager should be adjusting his system to fit the players, thus elevating the player, elevating his strengths and hiding his weaknesses. But Mikel Arteta does the other way around. He adjusts the player. He makes him pretty much worse just so he fits into his system. He just does. Arteta wants to win only his way. It's either Arteta's way or you don't win at all. It's only the Arteta way. No other way. 15.6 million a year, 32 players signed prior to this window. Yeah, 41 overall. Arteta has signed 40 or 41 players overall since he's been here. 6 years without a trophy, 1 billion spent, one major trophy, Kroenkes and top Gunners. Yeah, that's our guy. Berta, don't blame me. Exactly. If anyone's blaming Berta for anything this transfer window, yes, you can blame Berta for certain aspects of this window. But if you look at the window overall, in my opinion, Berta has done his job. He has done pretty much everything possible besides signing arguably left back and a left wing. Right, which is very important. But at the same time, if Berta came in last year in November, I think Kieran Tierney stays. If Berta comes in sooner, I think Kieran Tierney stays at the club. He actually doesn't leave. But yeah, Andrea Berta has done pretty much everything possible that Kroenke is allowed to him, at least depending on the checkbook amounts and all this stuff, right? To basically give Arteta as less excuses as possible and to basically expose him as much as possible. Plus, he has done a very good job in building a proper team for the next manager. It doesn't matter what players... give me a sec. Yeah, it doesn't matter what It doesn't matter what players we bought this window. Arteta doesn't know what to do to get the best out of each player. Exactly. And more specifically, a number 9. Because this manager has never coached a proper number 9. He doesn't know how to coach a proper number 9. Because if we got Sesko, right, it would give him an excuse. Oh, he's young, he needs to develop. Which also would give Arteta time. Because he could learn some ins and outs on actually how to do it. How to coach a proper number 9. It gives him time, leeway, basically. With signing of Gyökeres, who is a win now type of striker, Arteta has no excuses. If he doesn't score here, it's on Mikel Arteta. Because the first 3 games, let's be real. Let's be honest. You can see that Mikel Arteta so far doesn't know what he's doing with that number 9 spot, especially against Liverpool, who were very winnable against, by the way, yesterday. He took away all the creativity, any chance from the kickoff when the starting 11 got announced. For us, he took away any chance, any hope, any expectation to win the game when he left 4 creative midfielders in Eze, Vanieri, Max Dauman, let's be real, also Martin Odegaard, whether you like him or not, on the bench. Zinchenko wasn't even in the team, and he played Mikel Merino in that 10 spot. I do have a feeling that Wirtz will actually not have a good career in Liverpool. Seems like he can't adapt to the moment, and to do so, we will need to move pieces. Who knows how it will work out? True. I think also with Wirtz, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to hold on my judgment on Wirtz. I will, because I have one thing in my mind which I am starting to think quite heavily about in terms of Liverpool, how they play, and all this stuff. And I think Wirtz, if he doesn't work, it actually could be true, but I don't want to just put it out in the universe as of yet. Yeah, he must go. Yes, he must. I slept and woke up, plus coffee effect. See, coffee works for you. For me, coffee works for like few minutes, or let's just say half an hour afterwards. Then again, like for me, it doesn't influence me as much, which is kind of weird. So Lookman never got his move. We must do January 1st. Yeah, Lookman never got his move. Bayern wanted him. Spurs wanted him. Arsenal allegedly wanted him. And he never got the move. Spurs are looking a bit scary, but at the same time, it's Spurs, so cannot take them seriously as of yet. Let's be real. We saw what Bournemouth did against them, so take that with some pinch of salt. To sum it up, Arsenal is stubborn, smug prick and is taking our intensity away. No Wembley anymore, no finals, and definitely no trophies. 100% agree. 110,000% agree with that. We are not winning anything until he goes. Criminally underrated channel. Is it the old Soviet wardrobe and lack of green screen? Wait, what? Oh, yes. That one, yes, it is. And it's still in pristine condition. This mother effer weighs more than me and is older than me and still is in pristine condition. All the hinges, all the doors, inside and out, all the shelves, everything is just to perfection. Like, you cannot beat that because the new modern day wardrobes you put in, they break in few years. This one has survived, well, let's just put it that way, quite a few decades, to say the least. Yes, it weighs quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie. At the same time, it's unmatched. It is unmatched. And no green screen, well, that's for me. I don't know, but I am not a big fan of the green screen in general. But that's just my preference on those terms. 10 out of 10 transfer window. Best we've done in forever. Oh, bloody hell. Nasser, I love you, bro, but no chance in hell for me. It's 5 out of 10. And let's be real. We have still quite a few issues at the club, and they are worrying. I don't fear a strong team, but what scares me and gives shit on me is Arteta's haram tactics. Even horror movie don't give me that fright. True. Literally, when I watch some horror movies, I actually laugh. Because it's that funny. It should be scary, but it's actually funny. Let's be real. When I watch Mikel Arteta, I literally cry and I do this. I watch between my fingers, or I am hiding behind this chair and watching the game through these two holes. Basically, I'm watching the game through these two holes. If I'm watching Arteta's ball, basically. Oh. Arteta treats this team as a family. Also, Arteta takes a low-key nick at Eze for not taking his chance. Arteta says, oh, we are a family. I don't like to call out a single player. Yet as soon as something goes wrong, he names the player. Let's be real. Either he says his name or he makes an indirect shot, but he calls them out. Merino was the worst player in the field. Martinelli is the worst one. Gyökeres was useless as well. To be honest, in the first 45 minutes, look at this phenomenal stat, by the way, by Arsenal. Where is it? Where is this phenomenal stat by Arsenal? Here it is, people. Wait, let me load. Here it is, people. Phenomenal stat by Arsenal. Almost at halftime, and Victor Gyökeres had only two more touches than Saliba, who came off in the fourth minute. Saliba didn't play the whole first half, pretty much. Let's be real. And Gyökeres had only two more touches than Saliba. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Agree with Cooper. We can bring in 88 players, but yeah, as long as we have our setup, yeah, it's gonna go Peakums every single time. Another question I have is if Odegaard, our captain, is healthy enough to come on, why didn't he start? True. And if he's injured, why are you playing him? Like, let's be real. This manager said Saliba got injured in warm-up before the game, and he still played him. How about you grow some cojones, big up Troy Deeney, right? And say, no, you're holding the bench and start Mosquera. As if Mosquera couldn't done anything in those first 3 minutes. As if it would have changed that much. It's not like it was in prime times when we were chasing the game or we were defending the game. Would have rather played that politician in place of Merino. Same. Play Zinchenko in the 10. Zinchenko wasn't even registered for the game, by the way. If he was, that would be 5 creative midfielders on the bench whilst Merino starts. Merino instead of us concentrated, it was a pain to watch. I've blown out both hamstrings, and I bet that I'm faster than Merino. It's not that difficult, let's be real. Looking at our squad infuriates me because half our team shouldn't be players. Yeah, 100%. You can go through our squad. Remember, I don't know, Sean, if you were on subscribed to the channel that time or you were watching, but there was at the end of the season, we did a buy-sell loan basically for Arsenal. And we literally had 10 players to stay, 4 players to loan, and rest of the 11 or 12 players we just said sell. Like, have the squad basically. Big up BBK. I just checked Sky Sports. Arteta still not sacked, bro. We can only hope that it happens sooner rather than later. Because the nuts part is, if we sack Arteta today and we get in a proper manager, the season is still salvageable. Let's be real, there's nothing much to salvage yet, but it's only going to go downhill very quickly. We haven't even started Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, and Premier League. We are 3 games in. With a new manager, definitely we could change a lot. Did it survive? No. Well, to be honest, it might have been built around that time. Literally, kid you not. Somewhere in there, I think it's not in this door, but it's in the furthest one, right? It has 4 doors. One is the small, and the big one that opens like that with a mural, right? I think on the further door, there is actually like an etiquette and everything written down, when it was built, how it was built, by whom, and all this stuff. Arteta at his club and club cronkies are happy. Unfortunately, yes. I saw that Andrew, what Arteta said about Eze, blaming it on the Puma ball and Eze not taking the shot. Yeah. By the way, you saw what this is what our goalkeeper came out and said. This is what our goalkeeper came out and said after the game. This is what David Raya said after the game. With the new balls, we have to adapt. This is the same ball Mikel Arteta complained about, by the way, people, during the game we lost to Man United in the FA Cup. The same ball, by the way. Oh, it's a different ball, different pressure, we need to adjust. Now, after the game, he comes out and says the same thing. Funny old thing, isn't it? Big up Liverpool in the chat. Big up Chris Welsh. Anyways, we had a fantastic window regardless. Wirtz and Isak in the same window. Bloody hell, I still think it's a dream. Got it about Gehi. I totally understand. With Konate injury, it's not looking great. I wonder how long he will be out for. I still think he will be a Liverpool player in January or next summer. I think so too. Because everything was agreed upon. From what I understood from all the articles, Liverpool were ready. Gehi was ready. And I think it was up to Crystal Palace to do all the things, and the time basically ran out. Obviously, Liverpool prioritized signing, actually, Isak over Gehi. Reece Nelson has gone to Brentford on loan. Yes, he has, with an option to buy or something like that. Well, it is what it is. The Saliba situation was also criminal. You know he got a knock. Why, if you're playing him, exactly, you're basically risking the whole season. Because yes, he can twist an ankle and say, oh, I'm fine. But you're the manager. You make the final call. It's the same thing what he did last year, playing Ben White 3 months with the necessity of a surgery, playing Declan Rice with broken toe, Martin Odegaard before the international full 90 against Chelsea when Norway just laughed at him and sent him back, Saka playing on pain injections half the season. It's the same. Timber, when he says he cannot move, he's in pain, but Arteta says, well, you go play against PSG in semifinals. It's the same thing. Mosquera was already prepared, exactly. And the nuts part is, it might be just a twist of an ankle, right, in the warm-up. But during the game, you might not feel it as much. Adrenaline and all this stuff. But one wrong turn, it can snap, it can break, you can rupture your Achilles. Someone can basically studs up and you're done. You can basically put the foot the wrong way and you're done. You're out for the season. Like, it doesn't take much. As soon as something happens, a chain reaction basically can get set off instantly. Big up Darren in the chat, by the way. Big up Darren. Big up Darren. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. The problem with Merino is, man, is so slow. And on top of that, was the worst is he's clumsy, no composure, and loses the ball. Yeah, he's worse than Granit Xhaka, by the way. And Jorginho was slow and weak, but at least he don't lose. Jorginho compared, I would argue Jorginho, of all the midfielders we have in the team, had the highest footballing IQ and the best passing. I definitely would argue that. As much as I hate that guy, I'm actually trying to understand his thought process, but I'm risking taking off my scalp, scratching my head. Though, don't scratch a hole in your head. It's quite windy these days. Also, autumn is coming up. You know, the wind is going to blow and you might lose something there and all this stuff. And perms cost very expensive these days. Yeah, and big up people. Subscribe to BBK Sports as well. Subscribe to BBK Sports. This club made same mistake we made with the players with Arteta. There's no way in hell that this is a fraud gets a better job after this. No chance in hell. From what I see on socials, right? Top Gooners, Arteta is my love child. Arteta is my daddy and all this crap, right? Then I watch United fans. We know what mess United is in. United fans don't even want Arteta. Besiktas fans don't want Arteta. They just sacked Solskjaer, right? Portsmouth fans wouldn't even take Arteta. Reading fans wouldn't take Arteta. Sheffield Wednesday fans wouldn't take Arteta. When I go through streams and they chat about football, none of them would take Arteta. Not even talking about the big teams. Let's be real, people. Like, this is the nuts part. Exactly. So why would he leave? He's never gonna get as big of a pay as he's getting at Arsenal, and he's earning more money than when he was a player at the moment. So why would he leave? Why would he leave? Because if he resigns himself, he will get some payments and all that crap, but he's not gonna get all the money that club owes him. He wants either to seal the deal, or they need to sack him so he can get the nice payout at the end of the day. I think this year Premier League ball got lighter, but it's a new ball basically, but he should not have commented on it or called out the question. Exactly, like, it's actually insane. It's actually insane. As Arne Slot said, excuses are for teams that don't win the Premier League. Exactly. And Top Gooners are full of excuses, just like Arteta and half of the team. That's the case. Yeah, exactly. And Saliba starting also meant that we wasted the substitution. What does it say to the team when Arteta goes to Anfield playing for a draw? Well, in Arteta's eyes, he played for a win. We yesterday went through Mikel Arteta's interview, and he said, I did not set the team up for a draw. I set it up for a win. Not gonna lie, didn't see a single place where we were set up for a win. When you leave 4 creative players on the bench and you start a DM and you'll start with 3 DMs in the midfield, it pretty much says it all what you're thinking about the game, isn't it? Especially knowing how much you track back with the wingbacks. Making Saliba start after the ankle sprain proves that Arteta is incompetent. 100%, that should be a red flag that sets off alarms to Kroenkes, Garlic, Lewis, all them, man. But it won't. Let's be real, it won't. Yes, I was thinking the same. You lose one sub after 3 minutes, but before that, you had a choice to make a change in squad. Exactly. Maybe one year he could have come on. Maybe Trossard. Someone could have come on. Smash the likes, people, and subscribe if you haven't already, people. 15 of you in here still. Big up to you. I know League Gunner is live and all the big streamers are live, especially after the transfer window has just shut down. Like, you definitely understand why people are preferring those type of streamers than compared to me. No complaints about the ball when our Arsenal beat United Leeds. Exactly. No complaints about injuries. No complaints about the ball, the rain, the wind, the grass was cut too low, or anything when we win. As soon as we lose, where is my bag of excuses? And then it starts. Well, this we used last week. Kind of works this week. We might use it. Next one. That's for when we play Man City. This is when we play Liverpool. This is when Man United fan is the ref. The next one. All right, this one. Yeah, this works. Injuries. And it just goes and goes and goes and goes. 23 likes, people. Big up to you all. If we can push it up to 30 by the end of the stream, would be fantastic. How the Cronkies from a business and sports standpoint don't see the benefit of sack. See, the thing from business standpoint, from one point, like this is the double-edged sword, basically how it works, right? That is for me the biggest thing, because Arteta gets them consistent top four in the last 3 seasons at least. The revenue is off the charts. Squad value is at highest. They get better commercial deals, TV revenue deals, everything. Which means the money is rolling in, and they get basically, well, let's be real, they are in profits. They are not in negative numbers. They are not losing money. Obviously, from business point of view, that sounds great. The nuts part is, I think Cronkies are a bit afraid. Because if they sign a proper manager, right, and we win, that means that Arsenal fans will wake up and they will demand trophies on consistent basis, which means Kroenkes will have to spend even more money on the club, which we quite evidently can see that they are somewhat reluctant to do. Let's just put it that way. Eric Ten Hag, has sacked by Leverkusen after 2 games. He was at the job for 100 days. He got sacked. To be honest, it's quite interesting that in span of 4 days, 3 ex-Man United managers got sacked. On Thursday, they sacked Solskjaer, Besiktas. On Friday, Jose got sacked by Fenerbahce. And today, Ten Hag got sacked. Ironically enough, United are the only ones that are not sacking their manager. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting, innit? It must take 3 games. I wouldn't trust Arteta with sweeping my street. He would still be complaining, inverting, putting on salsa music, which is all annoyed. Dealing with out of here. Oh, probably he would start squeezing the leaves. He would turn the rake or the broom around, and he would try to sweep with the holding stick because the bushy side gives a nice breeze of wind behind his ear, and he feels like it's just the best aura possible and all this stuff. It would be wild. Hope Berta is looking for another manager and sell art. Hopefully. It's windy, it's rainy. That's my type Pokemon card. Exactly. Solskjaer and Mourinho got sacked. Exactly. Yeah, we should have signed Gehi before deadline day came, but it is what it is. True. Like, it's obviously unfortunate that Konate got injured just before the deadline day, right? So I think if there was, let's just say, 2 more days, you would have signed him 100%. But looking at your team, right, I think that Liverpool and Slot as well prioritize Isak because you need a proper striker up top. Even 4-4-2 with Tiki and Isak up top will be quite fantastic for you if you ever play like that, right? I think also if they were not in such a hurry basically to sign Gehi, I would also assume that the injury of Konate is not that bad. Obviously, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I don't follow those things. So if you know something, let me know. How do you with straight face choose Marino over Wanjiri or Eze at the 10? Well, that's how he does. He does a cheeky grin. Everything he screws out the light bulb basically, so he doesn't have to look straight in the face, and he says Marino is starting. Now go on the pitch, then he screws back the light bulb and nobody's there, so he doesn't have to look in the face. Let's be real. Light bulb off on. Like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off type of shit. our buying and selling in terms of a project, the huge losses we are getting, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like bankruptcy project basically. Because if this club was not such a brand commercially, it basically reeks back all the money Arteta has wasted on transfers and buying and selling together with Edu especially, right? This club would be slowly diving into bankruptcy. Let's be real. Any business would be diving into bankruptcy slowly but steadily in those terms. But since we, thanks to our, as you say, big commercial deals, sponsors, big TV revenues, Champions League money, and all this stuff, right? It's saving everything. Let's be real. Hence why Arteta is staying. Unfortunately. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be disappointed with that Hincapie was done days ago and announced on deadline day. Should have been done days ago. You sign other positions. Fact. Only reason, again, Hincapie was announced on deadline day was so Arsenal fans would not feel so deflated, because we did not sign a left wing, we didn't sign a left back, we didn't do this, and we basically didn't do some things we needed to be done. It's basically to lift the spirit, say hey, hey, ho, ho, and all this stuff. It's just to be happy clappers. It's all for the happy clappers, not the ones that are out of the matrix and awake. It's the waffle for you, and waffle for you. Arteta is a constant liar. It's Oprah settings. You get a waffle, you get a waffle, you get a waffle. Everybody gets a waffle. It's basically like that, isn't it? It basically is like that, isn't it? But people, let's talk about this man. We have to talk a bit about this man, because he is the be-all, end-all of Arsenal this transfer window and in recent times. Andrea Berta, people. What are we saying? Take away Arteta factors, take away all that stuff. How do you think his first window has gone for Arsenal? From business point of view in general. 26 likes, big up people. Big up people. 25 of you in here as well. If we can push the likes up to 30, and if we are up to, if we can get to 900 subscribers, I would be forever more grateful. 3 days till my birthday would be a nice present from you all. 23-24 season, we had a new record about 700 million revenue. Yeah, but I'm sure that our revenue will be even more than commercial deal extension sponsors. Yes, it will be. Let's be real. It 100% will be. And the nuts part is, last what calendar year, whatever, how they basically calculated, Arsenal finished with basically breaking even for the first time, or making profit for the first time, pretty much, compared to expenses and all this stuff, right? Which means, based that how we have done the previous year up till now with all the merch and everything, we will be in quite heavy pluses, to say the least. Berta has done well despite only being here for a couple of months. Same. That's what I think as well. Overall, I judge Arsenal's transfer window, right, as a 5, because we haven't addressed the positions. But if I have to strip away Arsenal, Arteta, the players and everything, the overall job, if I look strictly and solely on Andrea Berta, I give him a solid 8 out of 10 start at Arsenal. 100%. Because he has managed to get rid of some deadwood. He has managed to sell somehow Sambi Lokonga for 10 million, God knows how. He has managed to sign a proper striker. He has managed to give Arteta everything he has wanted, based on what media has told us and everyone has told us. Because if it was up to me, I would sell Martinelli. But apparently Mikel Arteta himself said that he doesn't want Martinelli to leave. Hence he stayed, obviously, right? So if I look on Andrea Berta, what he has done alone, just take away all Arsenal, all that crap, I give him an 8 out of 10. Very good start as an Arsenal sporting director, which kind of encourages me for the next January window even. Because I think the real test for Andrea Berta, personally for me, will be the January window. Because we all know how historically poor we are in January signings. We all know. Because, yes, we have signed players like Trossard, great. We have signed Aubameyang, but that was pretty much because Arsenal fans got pissed off because we sent Alexis to United, let's be real, and everything, right? But I think the January transfer window, I think, will be the real test for Andrea Berta. I think that we could see something happening there. Obviously, January transfer windows are not notoriously well known for big signings and big moves. At the same time, it's very hard to do less in January transfer windows if you speak about Arsenal, because we do nothing. We literally do nothing. So I have hopes. I have hopes that also this could change the shift in the tides in terms of January transfer window. Maybe even some more cheeky sales or something like that as well would be nice. Bert, I'm going to be real. He gets a 7 because no left back and left wing Saliba and Saka new deals. Yes, I get it. But for a few months at the job, I think he has done very well. Probably an 8. I think he's fresh. He knows what he's doing. He's actually an established name in the industry compared to Edu, who basically brought towels to Brazil national team players. Like, there's a big difference. As I have said for quite some time, Andrea Berta can sign 8 players in one window. Edu can cook 8 barbecues in one window and maybe get 8 jet skis as well. So it is what it is. Berta, I'm very happy with. Same. Like, if you take away all the rest of the stuff. Let's just put it that way. Arteta was protecting Odegaard by not playing when Yeri or Eze. If they played really good, then questions would start being asked about Odegaard. Same. Yeah, 100%. Let's be real. If you have eyes, you saw that as soon as Odegaard came off and when Yeri came on against Leeds, we looked 10 times better. There's no argument about that. Hence why he doesn't play when Yeri as much as well. That's why he's punished. Because if a 16, 17-year-old comes into the team and shows up your captain, Arteta looks like a fool and Odegaard looks like a fool. And they don't want that. They need to keep up the appearances and all this stuff. 8 for Berta. Respect. I'm having an ugly prediction, though. How long will he last with Arteta as the manager and his antics? I think Arteta will be gone soon. I think Andrea Berta will survive Arteta 100%. The next manager will be a very heavy recommendation from Andrea Berta. And afterwards, I think Arsenal might start winning stuff. I feel that Arteta might overstay Berta. I don't think so. Which will make me switch to cricket probably. And I'm Ukrainian. I get you, but I don't see it happening. Genuinely don't see it happening. The January transfer window will be a very quiet as Arsenal will be out of meaningful competitions by then. I can see that as well. The hope is we are not. You would expect us being still in Champions League. Let's be real. You would expect us as well being still in FA Cup at least. Carabao Cup, that is a different story because I don't know how, but our Arteta bins that every single season. Last year, somehow we managed to get through it. Let's be real. Otherwise, yeah, it could be very, very rough. Very, very, very rough. But I hope the January transfer window for a change, whether we are still in competitions or not, we see active January transfer window. Obviously, not the same level as summer, but we are grave silent in January windows. Radio silent, glacier slow in January windows. We do nothing. And I hope that in summer, in January and with Andrea Berta, definitely we maybe can do something. Kronkes have brought in Berta in preparation for the next manager. This I believe 100%. Andrea Berta is building the team for the next manager. And I think Andrea Berta as well has Sir Manager or 2 even in mind already. I think there are already, he has made up his mind who he wants to see next. Latin Gunnar, I always enjoy your streams. Bless you, my brother. Big up, Cooper. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you. I much appreciate that. Big up to you. Thank you for being here. Initially, buyout initial fee is 63.5 for Gyökeres, 70 for Eze, 65 for Zubi, 12 for Norgard, 15 for Mosquito, 5.8 for Kepa, 56 for Noni. That's 287 million. Probably Hincapi on loan is say 290. Yeah, 290, 295, something like that. And overall, over 1 billion spent. And to be honest, looking at this, Gyökeres for 63 million seems cheap. I'm not gonna lie, it seems cheap. If only the manager could use him properly. Eze for 65, decent. English, Prem tax, England international, I get why, plus the best player in their team, so I get why they milked it. Let's be real. Zubimendi, 56 million pounds. I don't get it, but it is what it is. 12 million for Norgard, well, Have to live with that. 15 million for Mosquera. It's only been one game and a few minutes in the Leeds game, but he was good. I'm not gonna lie, he was good. There could be something to it. 5.8 million for Kepa. Not so sure about that. 56 for Madueke, waste of money. Because 56 million for Madueke, right? 56 million euros. For that money, you can sign a proper left winger, first of all. Second of all, for that money, you can sack Arteta for 30-something million, and you still have about, 20-odd million laying off, so you can basically split in half and let's just say pay 11 million for an established, proper winning manager over 2 years and see what sticks. There's also that option. Good business on incomings. Yeah, I would say, but the outgoings must be taken into context, unfortunately. He will be in the League Cup in the bin again. Well, we got semifinals last year. Don't be so toxic and negative. Well, that sounds so weird to say. That generally sounded so weird to say. But yeah, I'm like, we'll see. We'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Hope you're right. I hope I actually have some ambition. I hope Arsenal have some ambition, 100%. 6 years of this, yeah. 6 years of this nonsense, and it continuously goes on and on and on. Did that Bumzini go on? No, he stays at Arsenal. Big up social joins. Long time no see, brother. And he is staying at Arsenal. He was moaning that he wants to play. And obviously, at the end of the day, Marseille didn't want to pay the money he wanted, so he's not leaving. Haven't seen Ornstein say anything about Zinchenko. Not gonna lie, haven't seen Ornstein say anything about Zinchenko. Let me check quickly. Oh, wait a minute. There is some movement in the tides. I may have spoken too soon. Nottingham Forest have submitted a deal sheet and are working to sign Zinchenko from Arsenal. Forest have agreed a loan deal with Arsenal in personal terms. Holy crap! It just got posted. That's why I didn't have it. Oh my God. Can it be loan with obligation to buy? Like, let's just say 80 million? Obviously, I'm exaggerating. Get even 20 if you can. Loan with obligation to buy. Please, I beg of you. Please send him, bid him, whatever. Peace out. Sayonara. I passed Nagelsmann period. I was supporting the idea before Arteta, but I don't think he would improve us at the moment. If he had 6 years and 1 billion, he definitely, yeah. Instead of spending 56, we can get Bakayoko from... And he's not there anymore. Didn't he move? 22 million, he said 34. Yeah, we can get Lookman for 48 or 50 something. We still would have money left over. We still can loan in someone. Enrique would be my choice, 100%. I heard a rumor that he wants to manage in Premier League. Yes, he has said that. He said that his dream was to coach in Premier League one day. He has said that. Someone said Ornstein posted Zini to Forest. Ornstein posted this. So, hey. Edu wants Zinchenko, basically. Edu wants Zinchenko. Edu, help us. Edu, I beg of you, please help us. I'm on my knees begging. I'm begging you. Sign Zinchenko right now. Yeah. I'm begging you. Please. Zinchenko bomba. Yes, BBK. Zinchenko bomba. Get all the weak mentality guys out of the club. Reese, Zini, Vieira, Lokong, just weak mentality, crying about his game time weak. Exactly. Reese is out at Brentford. Zinchenko might be going to Forest. Vieira is at Hamburg with option to buy. Lokonga being sold for 10 million. Cook, Berta. Cook, man. Won't be an obligation to buy Zini. There's only 1 year left on his contract, dude. Don't we have a year option? Don't we have 1 year option on Zinchenko? That for me is the big question, because we tend to do this stuff. Zini to Nottingham Forest, bomba. It's a bomba. Wait, let's see what Ornstein says. Nottingham Forest signed Alexander Zinchenko. Edu, brava. Edu, Berta, brothers, thank you. Nottingham Forest signed Alexander Zinchenko from Arsenal. Fee agreed straight loan deal with Arsenal, personal terms in place for 28-year-old. Deal sheet submitted after Javi Galan move ended. Ukraine international defender now complete. Yes! Vamos! Vamos a la playa. Come on. Come on. Imagine Edu had the 25 million obligation on Zini. That would be nuts. Zinchenko, brother, just come back to the motherland. We can still use as some kind of an ambassador. Don't embarrass yourself. Dude, he would go to Donetsk Shakhtar or Dynamo Kiev and you would see. Please subscribe, people. Subscribe, people, if you haven't already. And smash the likes as well, people. Edu freaking always clean up your bets. Facts. Facts, 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 facts. I wish there was an obligation or option to buy. I just wish there was. Because that would be a 1% chance that it actually happens. Yeah, defender, that's the nuts part. He's not a defender, though. But Zinchenko has left the building. Finally. Not gonna lie. Finally. Took you long enough, but Zinchenko has left the building. Quite happy. That's a very nice thing. That's a very nice thing to see these days. I'm not gonna lie. Very nice thing. So how long he got left? His contract runs out next summer. That's the sad part. Zinchenko's contract runs out in June 30th, 2026. Let me check if there is a year option. With just 12 months left on the Arsenal deal, Zinchenko could choose to see out his contract and leave. There is no year option from what I can see. There is no 1 year option. There is no 1 year option. There is no 1 year option on the deal, which means he's gonna leave for free. Yeah, there's no 1 year option, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Does any hope he won't get lost in the forest? We don't want no year option. Just leave. Dude, if we had 1 year option, we could use it and then put obligation to buy into the deal. We could actually maybe make some money. There would be chance. Big up, Pee-wee. Big up, Pee-wee. I'm actually kind of pissed how Zinchenko was handled and perceived as a left back. Dude, that's on Arteta because let's be real, Zinchenko is a number 8/number 10. He has played as a number 10 as well for Arsenal. And he has done better than Odegaard there, let's be real. But yeah, breaking news, Zinchenko is moving. Smash the likes, people. 29 likes. Can we get it to 30? Can we get it to 30 likes? Good work from Berta, 100%. Big up, Twan. Big up, Twan. Hope you enjoy your stay. 29 likes, people. Smash the likes. Smash the likes. And subscribe. We were only 4 subscribers away when the stream started from 900, so might be much appreciated. But Zinchenko obviously is not a left back. We can't even sell him with a year left. The option is no good. We just need to clear it. Basically, that's the case. He's going to be there on loan. The contract is run out, and that's going to be it. Most likely, I would assume so. Because you could argue, if we had 1 year option, we could use it, and then potentially we could try and sell him next summer. But again, that is from what-if scenarios. That is pray and hope and all this stuff. But it's not just Arteta. Pep initially used him as a left back as well. Yes, he did. It was an Arteta initiative, but decisions were made about 100%. But let's be real. Pep was there when Zinchenko was at City. Well, sorry, Arteta was at City when Zinchenko was playing left back. He basically took that philosophy and brought it to Arsenal. That's why he was perceived as a left back. And that's the nuts part. I don't mind Zinchenko in the team. I'm going to be honest with you. The thing is, I hate him as a left back. 8, number 10, he's very good. He's solid. He gives quite a bit to the team. He can do the through balls, thread the needle passes. He takes risks. Good lofted pass. He has a decent shot on him and everything. He's solid. But as soon as he plays a left back, that's it. It's done and dusted instantly. Hence why everyone was on his case, including myself. So at least Arsenal lowered the wage bill a bit by sending Zini on loan. I wonder what percentage of the wages Arsenal will still pay. That is the biggest question. If it's 100, everything is being paid by Forest, I'm good. If it's not, maybe. People like the stream and subscribe, people. Only alone. Yes, Penguin. Only alone. It's too late. We cannot sell him. Windows closed. Maybe in January, but that's also too late because he's going to be on loan. You cannot sell a loan player. So his contract runs out next year, June 30th, 2026. So he is not getting sold, unfortunately. Unfortunately. 898 subs. Big up, people. Bless up to you all. 2 subscribers away from the big 900. Big up to you all. Much love, and I much appreciate that. Sick of this guy crying to media, crying about the game time. Let's see how he cries there. Marianakis will call his boys, and he's going to shut up real quick. Big up, people. 31 likes. We have passed the 30 mark. Big up to you all. 30 likes mark as well is when the stream gets pushed up to a broader audience as well. I hope Eze hasn't pissed Arteta off. We all know what that means. Took a swipe at Eze with the reporters. Yeah, that is a very scary situation, not gonna lie. Zinchenko could have gone to Dortmund, Milan, even Marseille, by the way. Marseille didn't sign him only because Zinchenko wanted too high of a wage, apparently. But chose Nottingham. He will leave on a free. Yes, he will. He's a greedy. He is a greedy. But footballers are that way. Certain ones. The problem with Zinchenko is his mentality. He's easy to break. When he makes a mistake, he doesn't really bounce back. Yeah, he instantly, head goes down, shoulders are down, and you can see that it affects him quite heavily. He doesn't have the mentality to stay on top of that and correct it long term. Come on, guys, subscribe. Yes, people, big up. Zinchenko cost us 5 goals in our chase for the title. He cost us when we were in the title race. Remember, Trent nutmegged him. He started to cry when we conceded instantly after that. He also, by the way, he came on as a sub 2 years ago when we played Fulham at home, when Fulham had 10 goddamn men. He came on as a sub. 2 minutes later, he kicked the ball out like an idiot with no reason for a corner kick, which they crossed it, and Paulinho scored a corner-headed goal and made it 2-2, and that was all she wrote. That was also on Zinchenko. Let's not forget that, people. Even though we didn't sell a lot of players, with all the players on loan, I do believe we'll be again active in January. That is the hope. With Andrea Berta also being here, the hope is that we're going to do something in January. I want to see somewhat active January window for a change. Berta also doesn't have to do much to have an active January window because we literally do nothing usually there. Packed Penguin, exactly. Any loan fee for Zinni? Don't know. We will have to wait for deets. Because, let's be real, I am not subscribed to Athletic. I'm not buying that subscription. No chance in hell. So, yeah, that is what it is. That is what it is. Agreement in place. Even Fabrizio is tweeting that out. Nottingham Forest agreed deal to sign Dilane Bakwa from RC Strasbourg. Interesting. Konrad Harder to Leipzig. Hinkapie Gehi has collapsed. Laporte returns to Athletic Bilbao. Chilwell goes to Strasbourg. Well, that's a money laundering scam and a half. I'm not going to lie, but it is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. Cannot complain too much, but hey ho. Where was I? Big up Carnell. Big up Kenya in the house. I'm going full advocate for Zinchenko, though. It wasn't Zinchenko that lost us the league 23-24, for example. It was Party right back, Havertz, CM. Yes, it was Arteta. It was the first half of the season. When Partey was playing right back, for God weird reason, Gabriel was benched because of Saudi interest. Remember that? And all this stuff. We went 1-7 in December in that season. We drew to Everton. We drew to Fulham, 10-man Fulham home, and I think away as well, if I'm not mistaken, or even lost away that season. And of course, when we went on that 16-game winning streak, almost, for one game, Arteta decided to play Havertz in the midfield against Aston Villa at home. We lose 2-0, and peace out. Title's gone. We have upgraded everything from players to backroom staff, sporting director to medical team. Only the manager is left to upgrade. I would argue we need to upgrade left wing. Still a left back would be nice. Number 6 would be also nice, unless Rice gets played there. But that's my own personal thing. But yeah, manager is the one thing that needs to be upgraded ASAP. Zinchenko, the politician. Yes, the Bart Simpson. It doesn't mean that Zini is a left back, isn't shit, but that Arteta tackles baffle him every time with his shenanigans, 33 crosses for 55 formations. Yeah, that is I think that's why we don't score, because players are too confused. Al Hilal came with a 200 mil bid for Gabriel in 23, though. Yeah, sure. Because if it was that bid, then definitely there would be something. If they came in with 200 million and Arsenal turned it down at that time, they were utter idiots. I'm not gonna lie, because 200 million would have been much better than one player, because we would never get that type of money for any player whatsoever. Let's be real. But yeah, people, big up. I guess I'm back. I have crazy stomach pains and I can't sleep like this, and I have to get up at 6 tomorrow morning, so it will be hard. Good luck to you. Genuinely, good luck to you. But you can be happy because Zinchenko is going to Nottingham Forest. Loan deal. It's done. They came with 80. I think so too. I think it was 80 or 90, something like that. Arteta said we want 200 for him. The Arteta wants a lot of things. Arteta has failed all of us. He needs to go. Fact. And maybe, but saying failed manager don't fail players because mischooses them. True. But yeah, people, big up to you all. If you haven't already, smash the likes. Subscribe if you are new and haven't already. But on this note, we're gonna end the transfer stream. Transfer window is closed. International break is upon us. I have some ideas for International Day streams. We could do some quizzes. We could do some bits and bobs here or there. Some talks, some top 10s, maybe react to something if it's possible. We can do all of it, people. We will definitely find entertainment in International break. So big up to you all. Big up to everyone who liked. 32 likes. Bless up, people. 899 subscribers. One away from the big 900 people. Subscribe, please. Keep up subscribing. Yes, nice. Zinchenko is gone. Exactly. Big up to Berta. But yeah, for today, I'm going to be signing off. So have a great evening today, people. Have a great day tomorrow. Big up to you all for the kind words. Big up Cooper, Hendon, AJ, Penguin, Beggy, Andrew. Big up everyone. Big up everyone. But for today, I'm going to be signing off. So take care. Stay safe. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. And hopefully, I'm going to see you all tomorrow as well. Peace.